In this video, I'll share with you how I organized my spices with just 2 products from Amazon. And of course, I couldn't stop there. With 2 simple changes, I updated the entire look of the cabinets. It had been about 4 years since I painted the cabinets, so I wanted to freshen them up a bit. And when we hung them, I never put handles on the top cabinets. So what ends up happening over time is the paint starts to get dingy in places where we always touch. Now about the inside. Whew, this is a jumbled mess. A system which is not working for us, and somehow things other than spices have found their way in here. The vitamins, protein powder, and the hand mixer will have to get a new home. The first step before any good paint job is to clean the surface well. Over time, dust and grease can build up and it'll show up in the paint. This kitchen Lysol cleaner will do the job just fine. The original paint color that I chose was cream in a satin finish. I liked how it looked with the countertop, but after a little while the cream color actually starts to look yellow to me. So I'm going to brighten it up with a white paint that has a tint of gray in it so it won't be quite such a stark contrast. Since the kitchen is so small, I want it to be light and airy, at least on the top portion. But one thing leads to another. If I change this, I'll also have to change the paint on the floating shelves and paint the window trim as well. It looks so much cleaner already, and this is just the first coat. Now I definitely want to do something more dramatic with the lower cabinets. And I'm thinking I want to change out these handles as well. Since we don't have soft close cabinets, I came up with this idea to use these felt pads on the top and bottom of each of the cabinet doors to make things a little more quieter in the kitchen. And these are the new pulls that I decided on. I picked them up from Amazon. They are acrylic and chrome, and I love them. So the first product I picked up from Amazon is this non-skid shelf organizer. I got 2 of them. The second product is this Lazy Susan carousel. I got it in the 10-inch size, and I picked up 2 of those as well. This looks and functions so much better than it did before, and I think we'll be able to keep it this way. So let me break down my thinking as I was putting each section together. Even though I love the look of putting all the spices in uniform jars with labels, I had to be honest with myself. I knew that I wouldn't want to refill those jars every time they ran out. So I opted to keep the store packaging and organize them by size and how often I use them. The center section are the spices that I reach for most often. Having them on these risers helps me to see what I have and keeps me from over-purchasing. Over here on the Lazy Susan, I use the same concept of grouping the jars based on the type of jar it is. So on the top shelf of the Lazy Susan, I have all of the organic spices grouped together. And on the bottom shelf of the Lazy Susan, I have these really short jars that are all grouped together. Easy reach. And here on the left, I have some of the larger containers that wouldn't fit on the risers, but we need to access them on a regular basis. So on the top shelf, this is what I mean when I say over purchasing. I already have some duplicates that I have on the bottom shelf already, so I'm putting those towards the back. And as the bottom ones run out, I will grab from the top of the cabinet and bring those down. The middle area is again still spices that we use pretty much on a daily basis, and my husband will use these for grilling. And over here on the Lazy Susan, I have the spices grouped by category that I use for baking. So this will be very convenient. I should mention too that even before I started putting things back into the cabinet, I made sure I looked at all of the expiration dates and I wiped off each of the containers just to give me a nice clean fresh start. So here's another look at the before, and here is the after. So much better. Let me know in the comments below if you like this video and give it a thumbs up. I hope this has inspired you to organize your spices. Do you keep your spices in a spice rack, on a counter, or do you keep them in a drawer? Leave me a comment in the comment section below. Before you go, let me show you what I decided to do with the lower cabinets. I wanted to use the same hardware, but I decided to change the paint color. I went with a medium gray tone, and this time I used a semi-gloss finish. For some reason, the lower cabinets seemed to get a bit more abused than the uppers. So I wanted to have something that was a little bit more adorable. But I love it. I think the two-tone look is very stylish, and it makes the kitchen look a little bit more interesting. As I continue to make updates, I'll keep you posted and hopefully keep you inspired. But I need to hear from you. If you like these kind of videos, remember to press the thumbs up button below. I post new videos every week on decorating, event planning, and lifestyle. I'm Steph Storm, and you'll see me next time.